default. How does that work better? Let me know if the microphone's any better. If not, I'll revert it elsewhere. So give me a thumbs up if the microphone's good. That's better? Okay. I did an update yesterday and everything kind of got jumped around. Let me turn the volume up a little more and shit. That gets any better? How's that? Oh, I see there's a lot of static in the background. You're probably hearing my fan running. Let me try this here. Okay, I moved it back. Let me know if it's still crap. Is that any better? Or did I go back to the same crap? I had an audio update yesterday on NVIDIA Broadcast, so it's a lot crispier now. Okay, I got to turn it down because I'm pegging the microphone. Yeah, well, sometimes since I haven't streamed in a while, even though I did an update on it, I have to back out of the properties on it, bring it back in, resets it. Cool. So now everybody can hear me. Okay. And I'm looking. Nick, you were asking for a request. Oh, you're always wanting to look at request. Thank you. It's only gonna let me pull so many coins up before I got to remove them because this is a free version of TradingView. It only allows me to look at so much stuff. So request. Let's go to the daily. Take your loss, sell it, get out of it. No, I'm just kidding. Nick probably bought somewhere up in here, about 0.0998. That's the that's the UK way, right? Buy high, sell low. So there's a daily. Let's look at this here. Go to the hourly. Hopefully about there. Hmm. Debate whether I want to pull out off the wicks or off the base of the candles. So basically on the macro, the micro part of it on the hourly, it's like it's holding here, dip down below, coming back up. What are we looking at on 30-minute? 15. Back to the daily. Let's go back to weekly. How's this coin performed over a long period of time? Wow, where'd it fall from? In fact, this thing fell from Mars. Holy crap. That must have been when it got listed on Coinbase. $1.18. Now it's down like 6 cents. That must have been Coinbase listing on November 22nd, 2021. Let's see here. I'm not looking at chat right now. Give me a minute, guys. Let's get rid of this major one here. What kind of coin you got in circulation on this thing? request. Oh, almost a billion coins in circulation. Max supply 99.98% is out. So it's fully diluted pretty much, except for 0.2%. So you got a billion coin market cap. What do they do? Payment request, DeFi. Wow, does that not surprise me? Sandbox. Simplify crypto payroll for metaverse. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad hold because I like the idea that it's completely diluted. It's not like the company can dump on you. So you're not looking bad there. Um, the RSI on the weekly, it's low. I mean, it's at 42. You're below 50%. Starting to get a little curve on the moving average on the RSI. I mean, that is coming down here, but it's starting to curl back up on the moving average. 3 hour. Get this clutter out of the way, even though it's a macro. I mean, it did have a nice spike here, don't get me wrong. What did it pop up from? 90, almost 100% run up right here on the day on 3 hour, 64% on that one candle in the 3 hour. And it fell more than 50%. It fell 75% from October 9th to the 21st. So, yeah, it runs up quick, but it has a tendency of running back. 9th to 12th, 9th, 10, 11, 12, 3 days. So it pops up, stays there for a half a day. 3 days later, it comes back down. Doesn't look like it does it very often either. It's been running sideways for a long time here. I mean, you're right at the peaks of this bottom channel. Let me get this down here. This area right here is what you got to worry about for. Let's see. And that's what it's bouncing out right now. This is your next channel area up here. Yeah. That's your target area. You're going to play the trading game. That's about where you want to play in between. Don't want to buy or sell in this area. So basically what you want to do is, this is going to be the area of support, which is between 0.695 or 691 and 0.615. And this will be the area of rejection up here between 0.905 at the high and 0.828. So if you can draw this out on your chart way I have it close to here, write those numbers down. Look for a bounce off of here, see if it'll retest this and bounce again and start going up. If it gets up here and hits this a couple times, it should get rejected, start coming back. If it breaks through and comes back and retests it, it should move forward up. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you break this area here, then I would look higher up for higher rejection area. Around the 0.1034. So this should be your buy zone down in here. Once you break down to this line, and this would be your area to look at possible trading. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Or you can always mark the time frame on this and come back and pause it and write all that down, Nick. Pull up your own trading view and show that up on your trading view there. See how it plays out. See if I'm worth a damn on my calling here. Oh. Let me get kind of chat here. BTC. Yeah, let's cover BTC real quick. Then Celebral, I will jump on your big time. Because I've been charting Bitcoin for a long time. So let's go to the daily. 32,000 in this red line right here. Farther we go down. Right now, 32,000. If it was a jump today, I would, if Bitcoin was to break 32,217.35 and run up and come back and retest this red line and bounce off of it, I would say we're bullish. That this thing is ready to go into a bull market. But until then, I'm still bearish because it could easily run up here. It could hit right at the bottom of this channel and get rejected, and we could find ourselves all the way back down to 26. I'm not going to say 22 because we haven't been there for a while. I mean, these are the channels it's been running through. That's on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. I'll show you how I got these channels here. This is the gold line. If we break through this, we're going to the bottom of this channel at 15. I don't see that happening. We're pretty consistent on this green line of bouncing off of it and getting rejected off this red line. So it's like cutting a piece of pie. And right now we're playing in this piece of pie. Where could it go today? Right now for the weekly, we're pretty green. For the daily, it's looking good. I'm looking at getting rejected at 30,000, 434.17. And the reason I do that is because it runs right across this channel right here. And you can see we're at the bottom of it, and there's the top of it. I mean, I can pull your little arrow across there. Oh, don't do that. Don't change it that way. There we go. So there's area of resistance right there. If we break through the 30,000, 434.17, then I would look for the next. Come on, really? Are you going to do that to me? Really? There we go. Get back there. Wow. My mouse is acting up on me. Totally just screwed me up. Okay. Let's draw this back out again like I had it. So we are playing in this point of resistance. Small little zone right here. I said if we break that, the next area I would be looking for. And let you guys know, I got a gaming mouse. I got like 9 buttons on the left side by my thumb, and I accidentally hit the backup button. There we go. That point is the next area of resistance. Now I usually try to put the triangles in here so it's easier for you guys to, or the highlighting. It makes it easier for you guys to see. So 30,999 is that box area there. So 30,996 to 31,279 is the next area of resistance if you can break at 30,434. I'm not holding my breath on it. I mean, we've had quite a bit of movement, but this is major resistant box right here. Extend this out some more here. And that resistant box starts at 30,045.50 to 30,434. And the next major resistance here, we still got to get past 32. I mean, I'm not going to get bullish until we get past 32. And then once we break this red line here going up. So I don't care what any other YouTuber says. Okay, the other coin, big time. I don't mean to sound disappointed. I got trapped in big time, and Coinbase wouldn't let me trade for 2 days. So I lost a little bit of money in big time. No big deal. I'm still in profit from where I was a while back, but it sucks. Shit happens. Okay, there's your daily on big time. You can see I've been charting a little bit. Let's go to the 3 hour. 3 hours a little flat. You know, everybody was, I mean, I was even saying it. I knew everybody else was saying that when we were up here hitting these numbers and coming back up, it was coming to 14. Everybody knew it was going to come back down to 14. So that's no surprise. Unfortunately, I was in it right about here, around 16, and I couldn't trade. And it came all the way down. So I had to suck it up and deal with it. I'll get it back. But yeah, I was playing with it back in here. I ran it up into here, sold it, let it come back down, bought it, sold it. I was playing the crap out of it. I was doing well in it. So I lost all the profits I made here. I lost because of Coinbase down here, which sucks. But let's see where we think it's going to go. I mean, you can see the RSI down here is still running around the 47s. It's flattened out on the hourly, 30 minutes. You see I had a big fib. Let's go to the last high candle back here on the 30-minute. Let's pull a fib off of this point here. And to the lowest point here. Should be that wick right there. And you can see the 236 and the 382. It's just bouncing through it. So keep an eye on 14,495. If you break through that, you're coming back down to 13,395 area. Or I wouldn't say 13,395. I'd probably say if it breaks 14,495, you're probably going to come back and retest about 14,131, maybe a little lower. Let's see. Let's get that right through there. 14,052 is going to be your bottom retest. And if it can pop up and break the 382 at 15 220. Then your next play would be up here at the 0.5 at 15,806. I'll blow this up some more so you can get these numbers. But yeah, needs to break the 382, then go for 0.5. 618 is at 16,392. The 786, where they normally get rejected, is at 17,226. So if this thing got some volume and it would start to just blow off like it does, because it has a tendency of blowing up a couple cents at a time, I would look at for your rejection right here at the 16,392 to the 17,226. You're at 46%, 46, 47, yeah, 46 on the RSI. So yeah, 786 would blow it right out of the top, would blow it right to the top. So I would look for rejection at 17 cents. But how many tests we got here on this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't come all the way back. So I had 4 touches on the 236. It's struggling to get off of that 236. That's the only thing I'd keep an eye on. If it breaks that 236, you're looking 14,052 again. And if you break that 14,052, then it's coming all the way back down to the 13s again. Hopefully that helps you. Yeah, don't forget to hit the likes button, thumbs up button. It does help. Okay. You were asking for, could I do link? Yeah, I can do link. I was covering link a little while ago. Actually, I was in link earlier. Helped me regain some of my profits off of what I lost earlier. I seen it starting to move this morning, and I seen it fight right here at the top. And as soon as I seen that it broke the top here, I bought it. So there's my little green line of where I bought it, and I wrote it up. Got me a little profits and sold it. Let's see, what did I get out of it? We got 4.83% profit out of it. Yeah, and I knew it was going to run the 9.070. I jumped out of it early. I don't trust myself. I had it marked. I told everybody, even in chat, I said 9070 is the number that it's going to break up to. And if it breaks that, it's going to 9.5. And if it goes past that, it's going to 10.159 because it needs it. Here's its channel it was running when it fell out. And it's reaching for that channel again. So it could go 9.5 pretty easy. 10.159 would be a struggle, $10. But give you guys an idea. Let's go to the weekly here. Link is a $50 coin, all-time high. I mean, come on. All-time high on Link is $53. Next staggering point it struggles to get past is right about here at 37,250. I'm going to mark these because I like them for myself. There's 10,159. Or that was $28 there. What's there? Peeked out there. So give me a minute. I'm going to mark these lines not just for you, but for myself too. You guys can see how I do this. There's that one. There's this one here. Make sure it lines up a few others. It touched here, two there, almost one there, bottom there, here. I just make sure there's relevant points when the highest peaks. And those are your point of resistance. And if you're trading a coin, you want this as accurate as you can get it when you start putting it in spots here. See there, two touches there, two touches here. That's a major point. And you can see the second point here. So what you can do on this here is you draw yourself a little box and you say this is an area of concern. Come on. Give me the center of that box. Drag it over here. So that's a major concern of getting rejected off that area there. Come back down here. Two spots here, there. So we can mark this right in there. That's one. There's another right here, I believe. Yeah, right in there. Okay, so let's get to what we think can happen here. No. So here's another little major area. Let me pull this one down right here, right between those two candles. There's a major area right there at 9.985. We've already broke most of these candles down through here. We're fighting at the wick of this candle right here and this wick. So there's two touches there. So that's an area to break. Here's the next area with two touches. So you see how I got it marked out. And then there's your third one. You break to this third one, then the next step is up here. It's just a stepping stone of where it has been in the past. So then you got to go to, then you got to keep an eye on Coinbase. See what the volume is coming in. We can go here. You can do it on CoinMarketCap. It gives you an average. I was looking at it earlier. Your volume's at 179.65% at $603 million in volume. That's hellacious volume. 17.3%, 31% market cap gain. Almost at $5 billion, 4.9. So 5 billion is a psychological number. If we can't break 5 billion on the market cap, I would look for it to get rejected. If you get over 5 billion and get over that hurdle, then I can see this moving farther forward. So you're basically looking at a couple mental numbers there. 5 billion should take you to about 9.507 roughly off the top of my head, trying to do numbers. It's the weekly. Let's do the daily. I mean, yeah, beautiful run up. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can't even pull a macro. I mean, I'd have to do it off the weekly here, which I pretty much just did right there. So pull a macro off the weekly here. Boom, boom, boom. It's been fighting off this 236 on the weekly. Finally broke through it. Look how my blue lines line up perfectly with the 382. 10 point. Oh, I just moved that line. Dummy. So the 382 lines up with the $10.004%, 4 cents. So a lot of times I don't pull a Fibonacci. I do it just for you guys. I go off my blue lines. So you can see how close my blue lines are to what I draw out here. So on the weekly, I mean, we're looking at rejection at $10. And if we can break that, then we could probably see getting up here close to this number at 11,306 to 1155. But we got to get through these hurdles first. These little blue lines, they're the major, like the micro fibs. But on the weekly, we got ways to go on the RSI. We can still go up quite a bit. So hitting the 382 is possible. Go back here to the daily. Let's just go back here to the hour, the 3 hour. So you can see it did break the 9.067. It got rejected. It's probably going to try to go for it again. 9.070. 1 hour. You start seeing the rejections on the 1 hour. Break it down to the 30-minute. So here you can see the touches off of here and went back up. 15. I mean, we're not looking bad on the 15 or the 5. I still see there's room to run up. I mean, it's going to get rejected and pull back a few times. So even on the 5-minute, this line right here, put that in green. So maybe get a pullback to 8.902. See if that holds. If not, it could pull back here on the short term on the 5-minute to 8.86, 8.777 be the next pullback too. What I usually look forward to is I go to the 1 hour. Look at the last big candle that ran up here on. Take a measurement move off of that candle as high as it went on the hourly. And there's a 50% pullback. And it pulled back just a little bit past 50%. So, I mean, if it doesn't pull back 3/4 of the candle, I would look for a further moving up until you get that 3/4 rejection. I mean, if you bought in down here and you're playing it for a trade, I usually would play the candles up because you can see it, every one of these candles here. I'll show you guys how I do this. Is when a candle takes off like that, I'll measure that candle. I'll ride that trade up to that candle. There's my 50% mark. As long as it stays up here within the quarter mark and doesn't break the 50% mark, I won't sell it. I'll hang on to it. Wait for the next candle. Do the same thing on that next candle. There's a 50% mark. It got right to it, and you can see I sold it. Plain and simple. But I knew the next point of resistance was a 9.070, and I probably should have set my sell there. I didn't. I just took my profit and ran. So the same with this candle here. Run it up here to the top of that. I didn't this candle, but I can. Let's see. It didn't quite come back on the 50%. See, it's still above the 50% here. So what you basically kind of do is wait for this candle to see if it's going to retrace and bounce and continue like it did down here. So here it had a continuation from here. And you could pull this candle and look at it and say, okay, well, there's the peak of it. It's already 50% back. Do I take profit or do I wait to see if it's going to run up here to the next, break this line here at the 970 and continue further to the 9.513 and possibly test a fib up here at 9.985 or actually the 1003 fib. I mean, RSI is way oversold. Don't get me wrong. It's at 94.89%. But I mean, I've seen RSIs running the 110s, 120s. And when a coin's ready to pop off and run, it's going to run. But when it decides to stop, it goes sideways and start pulling back, then you're looking at this RSI to pull off and get back down into the 70% area. So what you really hope for is it runs up, pulls back, and runs sideways for a while and let this cool off. But just keep an eye on the numbers. I mean, it's done a nice run up. It's still got room to go, but it could anytime between 9.985 and where it's at now, it could pull back. It's listen, it's coming back. Hey, keep an eye on the buy and sell volume. I mean, right now it's got great volume down here. This candle here, last candle broke the other two here. It's less than that one there, but still got volume in it. If I go to Heikin-Ashi candles, still got volume. It's got plenty of volume. These right here are staggered about equally. Nice wicks. It could pop off one more for a blow off candle. It could pop off with one big candle up to here and then come down. I mean, you can see the nice gradual workup. Beautiful, beautiful feathering. It doesn't have a blow off top candle yet. So maybe it will get a big blow off top. Get one big candle, which would be, what would that be from here? It'd be 11.36%, and all these other candles have been average of 651, 758, 878, 512. So I went 512, 877. Now we're at 6. So it's slowing down a little bit. You went 876. I mean, the next one, if it did a 5, there's your number up there. That would be your 9.513 area. So yeah, 876, 5% here. You know, then get your rejection. I mean, you just gotta you're treading water now. I mean, would I jump in and buy right now? No. Um, if it blew off and got a big blow off candle and ran all the way up here to $10, I would probably regret it. But if you buy in now and it turns around and comes all the way back here to $8.20, then you're taking that chance. I mean, to me, we're in between fibs. It's a gamble of whatever you do. Anything's a gamble. Anything you do in crypto is a high risk. Just my opinion. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's ASM. Been charting it quite a bit. We're in between. I know Christine asked me about it, so I did a small macro fib. Let's see, which puts us at the 236, the 382. But this is the larger fib of the 232 from a larger time frame. Back here. Guess I could change numbers on the larger ones. The larger one, let's change color. Let's change it to Michael. There we go. So the white one is more the micro one for the hour. I pull it from the top candle on the hour down to here. And you can see it was fighting it, came down, tested it, came up. There's a second touch. Third, broke through. Hasn't retested. But if you look at the longer time frame, micro Fibonacci on the longer time frame, there's a 236. 382 is at 20 cents. So hasn't been doing a lot. ASM has kind of sucked lately. I'm not seeing a lot of volume and buy on it right now. I don't have Coinbase open. ASM over here. I mean, it's still in the red. 359,000 in volume. 23 million on market cap. It's like anything else. It could just, any given time, could just blow up. Look at that pretty W. Big old W winged out. I mean, the volume's not doing nothing right now. That's on the 1 day, 7 day. I mean, it's got out of this rut here and came back up. But over the last 7 days, it's struggling. It needs volume. You need to throw some VO5 volume into it, conditioner. So a cover link. Going to 75 and bull running. What do I think about the coins are going to be delisted? Would they survive? It depends. Go see if they're still going to be on Binance US. You go to Binance and check their delistings. If it gets delisted off of Coinbase and off of Binance US, then for the US market, you're not going to have any of that volume. It's going to have to be all Asian, European market buyers. I mean, I won't say it's the death of a coin, but then if Binance delists it and Coinbase also delist it, then I would be concerned. If you have no way of trading outside of the US market, I would, people in the US would get out of it unless you're trading with a VPN. And that's getting tricky to do anymore with KYC. So personally, I would, me being a US citizen, anything that's getting delisted and I have no way of trading it, yes, I'm getting out of it. That's just my opinion. If you want to hang on to it, that's your choice. I would pull it out of Coinbase and maybe stick it in MetaMask to where you could still trade it out of MetaMask on whatever swap you can swap it out on. But as we've seen with Luna and Wrap Luna and all that issue we had a year ago, people are still having problems trying to get rid of some of that crap. Or should I say Wrapped Luna. So it's a risk, but anything that's getting delisted off Coinbase, if you're a US citizen, North American citizen, have no way of trading outside of Coinbase, I see everybody either getting stuck holding it or getting out of it. Yeah, I got a blanket on my chair here. So it's getting wintertime. My chair gets cold because it's leather. So this is my heating blanket for my chair. So Link, I mean, here we go. It's still just playing this game. That's the 1 hour. Let's go to 15 minutes. See it pulled out of the red. 5 minute. Little curve right here, like a little bucket. So I don't see any other questions here. Any other coins you guys want to look at? I'll give it a minute or two. I'm gonna kill my camera because I gotta run to the little boys' room, get rid of some coffee here, and I'll be right back. Okay, get that camera back on so you can see my ugly mug up in here. And the thing to keep an eye on with Chainlink and Big Time and a few of those others is Bitcoin. Because I mean, we made this big jump on Bitcoin. That's 5 minutes. Go back here to one day. We made the big jump on Bitcoin, and it's kind of going a little sideways right now. If this thing gets rejected and starts really dumping, it starts falling down hard, I would look for Link, Big Time, Comp, Maker, all of them to start coming back down. A lot of them follow Bitcoin, and as long as Bitcoin can run sideways for a little while here. See, there's an hourly chart. We've been running sideways since Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and now your alts are popping off, and that's what you want to see. You want to see Bitcoin when it runs up like that, leaves everything behind your Bitcoin dominance. You can see where it ran up here, 52.75%. Now the dominance is coming down because everybody's taking a profit out of Bitcoin and buying altcoins, and they're pumping. So it's following suit. The other thing to look at is, what was I looking at earlier? Rankings. Tether. Got a lot of volume in Tether right now. So keep an eye on Tether. When the volume starts really picking up on Tether, people are putting their money back into cash. As you can see now, it's dropped. Well, it's down here $1, but keep an eye on the volume right here. This morning it was in the green. It was pretty way up there. So the volume's coming back down on Tether. And what that tells me is people take their profits out of Bitcoin, put it in Tether. Now it's coming out of Tether. Bitcoin's still running sideways, so it's going into alt. And that's what's causing it to pump. To go back on Big Time here, the biggest concern I have about Big Time, it's a new listed coin out of Coinbase. Go to the daily here. It hasn't broke its all-time low here. It's tested it once. A lot of times what we see with these coins is they'll run up, they'll come down, and you'll see them drop down lower. Could this get into the 10-cent area? It could. Just be cautious with it. Um, if it breaks this right here at 13,439, then I would start looking for it to get into the 10, 11, 12-cent areas. So I would be cautious with this one. It is a gaming coin. A lot of it pertains with how the game goes. So just be very cautious with big time. Comp, I'll cover that one real quick on the, let's see, let's go to 3 hours. Comp has done well, but see where it broke out of the channel here. It continued to come back and retest it. It stayed above it, so got this little line here marked. 4105 is a number of concern for me. It's tested this area right here. 4353 is the next area to test. Me personally, this is just my opinion on comp. Go back here, let's look at the weekly on comp. All-time high that I see on comp is $915. And the next bull run, you can see it. You can see how comp is actually lower than the low here when it first launched. I'm really looking forward to comp in the next bull run breaking this 915. I think it's a $1,200 coin easily, just like Maker. Maker's all-time high is 6,000. I think Maker can get into the $9,000-$10,000 range during the next bull run. And I think comp will take Maker's position in the $1,200–$1,400 range. And Maker will probably go up and run up close to where Bitcoin, you know, at the $10,000–$11,000 range. Everything's going to kind of move up as Bitcoin in the next big bull run of Bitcoin when it gets up $120,000–$180,000. Watch comp and Maker make their stage moves. Everything's going to make a stage move, and I see comp and Maker being major coins making those moves as Bitcoin moves further. That's just my opinion. It's not any kind of financial advice. It's just from my knowledge of being in crypto since 2015, how things work. And same way with Link. To me, Link is a major coin, Maker's a major coin, Comp is a major coin. ADA is a major coin. Those are the major ones that have been around that I would keep a close eye on. And yes, when Bitcoin hits its blow off candle and does its final peaking at the top, that's when you want to cash out of pretty much everything. I mean, there will be an alt season after Bitcoin, but I would probably a month after Bitcoin hits its blow off top, play the alt season, and then do like the pros. Don't keep gambling. Take your money out, let it crash down for the next year or two, and buy back in. Take your profits and run. You learned that one last time, TNX did. Other than that, I don't see anybody else asking for anything else to be seen. Appreciate it, guys. Just come here and hang out for a little bit and say hello. I don't even know how many people are even watching the stream. I'm not even monitoring that. So I guess I could go over here and look. Woohoo! We're breaking records. I got 2 people watching the stream. So I'm going to get off here. I'll be in chat, hanging out. Yeah, it's weekly. Let's go to 30 minutes. And I'll sit here, drink my coffee, and relax and chit chat in the other stream. I'm not gonna make another thumbnail for the other stream. The only two that will make money. Oh, well, it's kind of like that song by Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to hold them, you got to know when to fold them. Okay, TNX, we'll catch you on the other stream. I'm gonna kill this one.